Hello everyone, Karen Cecilia here. I trust everyone having a good day, everyone is in good shape and all is well with the family and friends and nobody's hungry. Everybody is okay. I trust that. I trust God, so I trust that. I want to just briefly, and I said briefly and I really mean briefly, say something about the minimum wage. Um, the minimum wage has been increased to $15,000 per week. And this is something that is long overdue. I mean, long overdue. But this is how economic policies work when it's a trickle down economic policy, that it has always been through successive governments in this country, PMP and JLP, is that the last set of people to get looked after is always the people at the lower end of the economic spectrum. Always that set of people who are the last set to get looked after. The people that the day's worker, the household helpers, the man will work with him worker. Them people are the last set of people because nobody cares. The government don't cares. The members of parliament don't care. Them come and they make it a talking point, but it's not a big deal for them that people are suffering, people can't feed them picnic, send them picnic to school, and actually save a little money out of what they were earning. So this is long overdue, and it is not anything to celebrate, but we actually should still celebrate it, right? It's not anything to celebrate because I mean this is not a livable income. It's not a livable income for somebody with five or four children, two or three of whom going to high school or and primary school. It's not a livable income. But I'm sure that is a welcome sign for people like Rosie and Vivian and Granny and Cindy and Shelley and Joycelyn and Miss Maud, people like Miss Sylvie and Miss Grant. I mean, this is a welcome thing for them because these people are household helpers and days workers and all the rest of it, and them, trying to make things work for their families, and it's hard. It's hard for them, and when they hear this kind of announcement, it's heartening for them. Most of them don't even understand that they should have been getting this 5 6 years ago. Most of them don't understand that it's not a livable income, and some of them will. I should not say that. Some of them will understand that it's not a livable income, but it's a little bit more. And with that little bit more, they will be able to do a little bit more. And that is all they have ever wanted to do. These people don't want to be billionaires and millionaires. They don't even want to be rich. They just want to be able to put food on the table, buy the medication, buy a new tablet if needs be, or a new phone so that them can get to do them homework without after sacrificing one for the other. That is all people have ever wanted to do. The bus here to go to work, you shouldn't have to be counting it out and planning it out because you have the bus fare, you have to give them lunch money and something at Guana school and they need an extra $200. And that is how poor people's life is, and it shouldn't be that way because all they want to do is to be able to live without have to looking over them shoulder and without have to sit down with the two pennies them and wonder if them can buy the pump for the one with the asthma today or cook the dinner today, which is Sunday. So them trying to make a choice. It's always a choice for poor people. Always a choice. What do I do first? I get this $10,000. What do I do first? And most people opt for cooking some food first. Rightly so. And put away something for the first lunch money and bus fare for Monday morning and work it out Monday morning and Monday evening for Tuesday. And that is how poor people's life is. And then Tuesday you work out how it's going to be for Wednesday while still trying to put some food on the table. That is the life of an average, overworked, underpaid Jamaican woman. And I'm saying woman. And I don't want, I should not be biased. I should include the men them. But I'm saying the women because the women are the one who struggle daily to make. So even if the man bring in $3,000, even the business have him bring in that $3,000, it is she who have to make the $3,000 work, and that is a depressing thing that contribute to their health, bad health, that contribute to stress, that contribute to things that they don't want to talk about. you know. And it's not just about the mental health and all of that. It's about everything else, and not knowing how sick they are if they are sick, because to go to a KPH is also a whole per bus fare, and to go per Dr. Shane or Dr. Smith up there, so that is $2,000. Listen, me, I don't think, or even if they do, they have forgotten. I don't think that most parliamentarians and the members of parliament and the people who are leading this country, I don't think them understand this quite well. How important it is not to forget and forsake the people at the lower end of the economic ladder, and to give them this little lifeline now is a big deal. It is for them. It's a big deal. Should have happened a long time ago, but it is indeed a big deal for them. Which is why I do not understand why Mark Golding is making it about him. I don't understand it at all. Nobody seems to be able to understand how this man thinks, and why he thinks the things he does, and why he acts the way he does, and why he says the things that he says. I don't know what to make of him. Michelle and a crew of people get into. The man is mentally unstable. It is clear that Mark Golding is losing his mind, because him should have won the local government elections big and him fail. And so from that day till now, it's like him on edge. He is in a little phase, a little bit of phase where him hurrying everything. You watch him in Parliament when he was doing his presentation, and it's like he was in a hurry to be somewhere, or like him want to go to the bathroom. So I'm trying to get through the speech very quickly. No pause, no punctuation, no time for people to register whatever it is I'm saying, because I'm in a hurry about everything. Maybe I'm still heading towards his destiny, because the 26th of February 2024, that was partially his destiny, but his destiny not complete. So maybe that is what the hurry and the anxiety is about, because him acting insane. He's acting irrational. And I don't know why the PMP sit down with him. Me pass that stage and I wonder why them don't just dump him. Me pass that stage. Me way past that stage, because I know them not going to dump him. Him just go have to face him destiny. How does the minimum wage for a poor woman, and him have helper, and throughout his life his fathers had 2 and 3 helpers throughout his life. I have met a few past helpers from him daddy days, and their children from his daddy days. I have met a couple of them, and I mean, it's not like them earning a whole heap of big money. Them earning a little bit of money. The only thing that happened with those helpers that was working for his daddy was that they never really have to pay the bus fare. Them walk to and fro to work. But back them days, I figured it was a shorter distance from Jackshill to Augustown. I figured that maybe the distance was shorter then, because places were shorter in distance before all of this development. And but him insert himself into this minimum wage thing in a way that would suggest that him not happy for the people at the lower spectrum of the ladder. It's like him not jumping for joy for them. Him not saying, listen, we know that this is not enough, and the government should have done this a long time ago, and it should have been more, or maybe I would have given you more, something like that. Him not saying that. His argument is him inserting himself into the whole thing to say that there was no consultation. Consultation on what, Mark Golding? You're a I don't know. You work. You're a household helper. You're a gardener. Are you a gardener? Are you a security officer? What is it that you needed to be consulted about? A minimum wage for poor people in this country, poor black people, descendants of slaves, the slaves that your foreparents owned. How does this have anything to do with you? That you're inserting yourself into it in a negative way. Negative way. You weren't consulted. Why the hell we must consult with you? Why would anybody want to consult with you? The government is the one with the money, and them have government, and them the people vote for, them for do it, them announce it. You have one of 2 choices. Matter of fact, you have many choices in front of you. You could have easily just gone out there and said, well, we're glad for the people who will be receiving this money and them deserve it and they should have gotten it years ago and, it should have been more. Say the things that man who want power normally say. But I forgot to say you pursuing power in a different kind of way. You pursuing power through deception and lie. But you couldn't say that. You couldn't be glad. You just couldn't be glad for Granny. You just couldn't be glad for Miss Maud. You just couldn't be glad for Miss Grant. You couldn't be glad for Joycelyn. You couldn't be glad for Siri. You could just be glad for Vivian. Be glad for them. You don't know them. How many household helpers, how many days workers who leave them yard at daytime, morning time, early morning, to go clean up people like you, your Tapanaris friend them yard, clean them house and them bathroom and wash them picnic clothes and iron and cook some food for when the Tapanaris daddy and mommy come home. How many of them do you know? How many of them have you ever met and have a conversation with? In all your run up and down around the country, on your 25th, 26th tours, how many household helpers have you really, people that work minimum wage and below, have you had a conversation with ever? Have you ever stopped to ask a woman or a man, what do you do for a living? Why am I a household helper? Have you ever had such a conversation? Because, Mark, I have had hundreds of those conversations. I have lived it. I have lived it when I go with my mother. When as a child, and some days when she don't have the lunch money and she carry me with her at people's yard for go wash them clothes and clean up them house and I help her. And in the evening, me and her come down and we come home with a whole heap of brand new old brook and what left and I eat and left. I live it. So I know what people talk. I mean, thank God for Jesus. Thank God for my mother, how she brought us up. How she let us see and understand what this was all about. And how she spent all her time to make sure that we actually understand it and get an education and know that nobody no better than we. And you want to insert yourself in a negative way in something like that because you have never experienced it, you don't know. I'm not saying that you shouldn't say something because you don't know nothing about it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying be positive about it and stop insert yourself like it's about you, because it's not about you. It's about Vivian and Miss Maud. It's about Shelleen. It's about Siri. It's about Granny. It's about Miss Sylvie. You don't know who they are. So let me tell you about Miss Sylvie. Miss Sylvie is 48 years old. Younger woman than me. And she have 5 children. I'm not tell you where she come from. Somewhere in Kingston here. Not in my constituency. But I know Miss Sylvie because one of her sons who have great artistic skills. And if you're interested to know more, you can ask. I will give you the information and make you check her. Very artistic little boy. And when he was at school, them trying to help him. Everybody trying to help him because he was so artistic. He's a big fellow now. And I remember how many times Miss Sylvie would call me on a Friday night or a Saturday morning and say, Miss Karen, say Tony have to go at the place here, and the man up Edna Manley place, up at Edna Manley school. There's a man up there that him have to go there for the Saturday with the man. The man not charge him. Him and one next little lady, and them a help him quietly. He just need the bus here for go up. I have something for eat. I spend the whole day. You know how many times that I have to drive go give her that money, Mark? Out of when me no have. But my mother say you must never ever give away what you don't want. You must give. When you give, you must give what you want. Because giving is about what you have and what you want and not what you don't want. Giving away what you don't want is nothing. That's not giving. Which is why she used to give away sugar. And then tell her to come home and give away with stuff for eat and tell her come home lunchtime, cross Marvelous School and cross the boulevard and come eat something. Because we don't eat nothing going in the morning because she give away. She give away to somebody who's worse off and because she have something to give us in the afternoon. So you need to go check that, Mark. You know how much time? You know how much time, Mark? Miss Maud lived down Jewsland, down at the bottom of Jewsland. She have a daughter that goes to St. Hugh's High School. And many, many evenings when Miss Maud go down, she never used to walk this side, you know. She never used to walk on Headley Avenue to go down. She used to walk and she used to come off of the bus, round on the boulevard and walk, go down. And one evening, she just by chance, she come to Jewsland and stop at the ice cream shop. Because she see the thing that we sell, pencil and stuff. And she stop and ask me if I have cartridge paper. And I tell her yes. And she say her daughter just passed for St. Hugh's. And she want one cartridge paper for her. I asked me how much is the cartridge paper. $80 may sell the cartridge paper for at that time. And Miss Maud was in her bag of search round for the $80. I'm going to roll up 2 cartridge paper and pencil and a pack of crayons and paper because she had talked about the project and gave Miss Maud. And tell her if there's anything the little girl need at any time, she must not be afraid to come and ask me. Do you know what hard it is, Mark? I call you Maud now. It's hard. It's hard. Mark Golin, don't insert yourself into this one little break. One short break. One tiny, tiny, tiny light. For people like Miss Maud. Don't do it. Be glad for them. Be happy for them. Celebrate them and stop inserting yourself and talk about you were not consulted. Why the hell would anybody consult you? About what? How much pitney have I said at school you can't find money to feed them, Mark? How much pitney you have? How much pitney? How much children you're a member of parliament for South St. Andrew? And I know that you do a lot with the CDF. Well, Sarah do a lot with the CDF because you see spend it. How many single mothers you know personally that you personally say, I'm responsible for that one here, don't worry yourself. I'm going to take care of him. One, Mark, is there one? Just a single one, may I ask you. Just one picnic out of South St. Andrew that you personally responsible. Not talking about MP money and you signing off on something for him to get. One, because Omar was in charge of about 8 of them. That have nothing to do with the MP money. That have to do with fee money. And you can check with Sarah them. How many are you in charge of, Mark? Out of your pocket. That you have to sit up in your yard on a Saturday and say, okay, I need to put this money in this envelope because Johnny lunch money this for the week. Do you have any time for take on that kind of stress, Mark? Because them things are stressful, you know. Even for money people. And you insert yourself into the minimum wage discussion by saying there was no consultation. Nobody no one consult with you, lie. Nobody no trust you. Why would anybody want to consult you? Because next thing Mr. Wallace consulted you and then we agree on the 15 and then Mr. Wallace come and announce it, well Nigel and them announce it and then you go say, well yes we had a discussion but we never agree because that's the kind of person you are. That's what you have been doing. Leave poor people things alone, man. Just leave poor people things alone. Right? We're not beating you up for being rich off of the back of slaves. We're not beating you up for being rich off of the back of poor people. We're not beating you up for that. You're not the only one. But stay one side with the riches where you gain off the back of poor people and make poor people strive. And whenever them get a little extra, let them celebrate it and let them love it and let them live in it and bask in it. Don't take it away from them. What's the matter with white people? Everything that black poor people have, we don't think we must insert ourselves and take it. Because just by uttering those words, it's like you want to take with a little joy from them. What's the matter with you, man? You lick your head. Did them drop you as a baby? What happened to you? You want power so badly that you're stepping into every damn thing. This is your flap era. You just a flap all over the place like a damn rubber flip-flops. You just a flap all over the place. You're in the height of your flap era. Leave Miss Sylvie and Miss Maud look of money. Let them be joyful about it. I don't talk to them yet about ask them how them feel about it, because I'm going to conduct some interviews to find out how people feel about the increase and them look at minimum wage. But I'm sure, having had conversations with people like Miss Maud all the time, people in my own community, Shelleen, Carrie, Miss Jennifer, who sometimes iron curtains for me, and they would tell you one simple argument. All of them would give you one simple argument. Boy, Miss Jennifer said, Miss Tutsi, not nothing, but we're glad for the little increase. We're glad we get a little more. Miss Jennifer would say that. Shelly would say, then should I give her more, because we deserve more. But we're glad for it still. Now tell them what I say. I know them. But you have to insert yourself. And let this be about you. The headlines in the paper is about you. What you say, how you feel. Because the body never consult you. As if you ever got people yard go wash them dirty closet. Who for yard you ever go garden? Weed out garden and feed dog. You ever do that yet, ma? Huh? Yeah. I used to go with my mother. And when she wash me, I help her, I sweep up for her and pack up. Yeah, and climb the tree and pick all kind of things off of the tree them and clean up the yard before Mr. and Mrs. Tapanaris come home. And them feel good about it. And pay my mother a little penny halfpenny. And me and her walk come down. So I know. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate your behavior at all. Because I know how it feels. I know how it will feel come next Friday or whenever that money kick in and them get that extra money. Don't do that, boss. Stay away from the household helpers and the people who are receiving minimum wage. Stay away from them, man, because you don't know nothing about their story. You have never walked in their shoes. You have never lived their life. Do not ever try to attempt to talk about something that you don't know. You have never lived it. You have never walked that road. Leave it alone. Be glad for them and big it up. Big it up. You don't want to big up the government, but, big up the household helpers them. Big up the people receiving this minimum wage. What's wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you? Somebody need to lick you over head with something. What's wrong with you? Not promoting no violence. Nobody don't lick Mark. Don't do that. But God, man. Do better, man. Do better. Try be a human being. Other than just a man who seek power. Try it. Get up one morning and say, I'm going to try be human. And shed some tears for Miss Maud. And shed some tears for Sylvia and Granny. Shed some tears for them. Some joyful tears. To say that, all right, this is a little extra money. This is a little extra money. Try that. See how that works for you. Don't talk about things that you don't know. You must never ever talk about a man's shoes who you have never ever put your foot in his shoes. Don't do it. You have never worn his shoes. Don't talk about his shoes. You have never walked his road. Don't talk about that road. You have never lived his life. Please don't talk about him life unless you and him have had discussions and him share things with you. But I doubt you have ever sat down with anyone and have a discussion about their life. But you're inserting yourself into the people them minimum wage increase and making it about you. And that is what narcissists does. That is what power-hungry sons of slave owners does. That is what capitalist hustlers does. Everything they make about them. It's not about you. It's about everybody who will be getting that extra little money. Everybody. Maybe some will be able to stop trying to decide if they're going to buy the pump for the little boy with the asthma, or they're going to buy the pressure tablet that them need because them have to go work the money. It's about them, not you. You don't have nothing to do with it. So stay the hell out of it. Stay the hell out of it and take your grummy mouth out of the poor people them business. Because you don't know it, you have never lived it. Leave it alone. Thank you for listening to me rant. God bless you all. Stay safe, everybody, and keep the children safe.